Welcome to Frontier and Center, where we talk about the broader investing themes in frontier tech and also highlight a company within the Deepwater Frontier Tech ETF. That ticker is LOUP. And so for starters, in terms of the investor appetite for investing in frontier tech continues to be positive as measured by LOUP's performance year to date. It's up 14% versus the NASDAQ up 10%. And that's a shift from last year where most of the performance came from those big mega cap companies. In the case of Frontier Tech, there are companies below 200 billion in market cap. So these are looking for higher growth companies. And separately is about 60% of the companies within the ETF within LUP are AI related. So it gives you some context. As a reminder, Frontier Tech by definition does change. That today it has a weighting higher related to AI. There's also robotics in there, electrification, and over time as new themes and opportunities present itself, there's readjustments to capitalize on companies that are kind of hitting those continually changing growth curves within tech. So we're going to shift gears and talk about the spotlight company this week, which is Axon. AXON is the ticker, and this is a $23 billion market cap company. Many of you may know this company. This, of course, is the taser and body cam company, and ask, why is this in the Deepwater Frontier Tech ETF? And the answer is because they have opportunities around augmented reality with some of the cameras that they have, and also related to AI with what they're doing with drones and also evidence management and making the paperwork easier for law enforcement. And so that's why it's in the ETF, but a little bit more about Axon and their business. As I mentioned, this initially was the taser company and then into the body cam company. And the stock over the past year is up about 50%. And the biggest reason is that those two businesses continue to do better within their core law enforcement markets. And that has been a surprise. And I think if you look at 2023, their business grew right around 30%. And the initial expectations were they were going to grow 20%. But essentially, the size of the addressable market was bigger than what they had thought a year ago. They continue to believe that that's going to be a good market, but as far as how the company is going to evolve going forward, they see opportunities to continue to service that law enforcement market. As I mentioned, kind of that AI piece, and also some of the work around different cameras and what filters, what they can do with that. And specifically when it comes to AI, it's this idea of digital evidence management, DEM they refer to it as. And the way they can employ it is at the most basic level. It can help law enforcement fill out paperwork and make it easier to kind of recapture what just happened. You have somebody being pulled over on the side of the road, and the camera can feed through and basically build a script to what happened for filing of paperwork. That's something that is an obvious opportunity. But as they advance, as AI advances, they can potentially use that in actually some of the evidence within the courtroom. There is a slow pace that they're going after that piece because this is really important stuff, and they want to make sure that you're not going to be getting deep fakes within some of the evidence that's going to be introduced into courtrooms. It's going to be generative driven from AI. And so, but that is one of the growth opportunities within their core law enforcement. They also have growth opportunities outside of that within the federal law enforcement in the U.S. It's still a relatively small market for them. The international piece is another area of growth. And then actually the third area is related to a whole new business line around drones, autonomous products that they're starting to test. And it could be some form of robotics that help assist law enforcement or drones. And when you put all those pieces together, what is at the backbone of this is a business that has been changing from selling those devices like the taser, the body cam, and some of these other opportunities we've just mentioned, to creating a software platform that has reoccurring revenue. And that is growing really nicely. In 2023, that they grew that business by 57%. And so it was $700 million in their software business in 2023. So the growth rate of the software business was much faster than the growth rate of the overall business, which I just mentioned was about 30%. And when this kind of all rolls up together, is this year the company will do just over $2 billion in revenue and grow about 20% from last year. And so to get some context here is that the software piece is, call it, a third of the business and continues to grow. I envision within a couple of years that will be more than half the business, and that helps the multiple too, given higher revenue visibility. But in a nutshell, this company leads in law enforcement tools, and that market is expanding, and they are using more technology to infuse into those products to make them stickier and to create new opportunities to sell new products. And so that's Axon. I'm Gene, and this is the Frontier and Center. Bye for now.